Hi, welcome to section 1.3, Subtracting Integers. This is the record and practice journal that we did in class together, this video goes along with our activity day. So the essential question, how are adding integers and subtracting integers related? So we started off with subtracting integers. It says work with a partner and draw a picture to show how you use integer counters to find 4 minus 2. So we're going to go and find. So we start off with 4 positive. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you have 4 integer counters and you subtract 2 from them, so you take 2 away, you end up with 2 counters. So 4 minus 2 is equal to 2. And that seems pretty straightforward. You've been doing that for a very, very long time. So now let's think about this a slightly different way. We're going to think about 4, and we're going to add negative 2 to it. So we have our 4. We're going to put these 2 back. And then we're going to add, and this is just like we've done in previous days where we're adding positive and negative integers. So I'm going to add 2 negative counters. And remember, when you have a positive and negative, they become a 0 pair, and we vote them off the island and they go over here. And we are left with the same 2 positive counters. So 4 plus a negative 2 is equal to 2. Okay, that seems pretty interesting. So now let's work with subtracting integers on a number line. So if I take a number line and I start off with 0, I'm going to say negative 3, subtract 1 from it. So we start off at 0, and we go to 1, 2, 3, negative. And then we subtract 1 more, we end up with negative 4. That almost looks like if we could add a negative 1 to it, we would get to the same place. Well, let's look at this a little bit more. So in this case, it says work with a partner, write the addition expression shown, then find the sum. So we have to write what the actual addition expression is. So if we start at 0 and we move 3 units to the left, that's negative 3. And then we add a negative 1. So that would look like negative 3 plus, parentheses, negative 1. Kind of looks exactly like what this is, except you're adding a negative 1. Alright, let's do a little more formal. So working with a partner, using integer counters or a number line, you're going to complete this table. So you're going to go through and pause the video and either draw it on a piece of paper or make a table on a computer or whatever. I want you to go through this and go through this entire exercise of taking 4, subtracting 2, taking 4, adding a negative 2, and tell me whether or not the operation, so what the actual arithmetic is, whether you're adding or subtracting, what the answer is. So why don't you pause the video, and then we can be right back. Alright, welcome back. So this is what you should have gotten for the table. And in your own words, they want you to answer how are adding integers and subtracting integers related. Well, if you look at this table, you notice that there was a pattern developing. In the first case, you took 4, you subtracted 2 from it. The second case, you took 4 and you added a negative 2. You subtract 2, add a negative 2. Your answer was 2. And you noticed as you went down through here, whether you subtracted a number or added the negative version of that number, you ended up with the same answer. So I want you to think about that a little bit. So what does it mean when you subtract integers? Is there an easier way to think about this? So that's kind of what we talked about on our activity day. Well, you're probably ready to do the homework from that night and also to proceed to the lesson, whether that's in school or if you need to watch it on the video.